Hey everybody, welcome back to Innerbrews. I'm BK, and we're sitting here gonna have another brew with a Michigan artist. Do this thing all over again. How y'all been? Today I got Marcus McKinney. What's up, bro?
What's up?
And I guess we'll be drinking this dirty blonde. It's all a wheat ale brewed with orange peel. I love this one's probably gonna taste like an Oberon. You think?
Yes.
Yeah. You already took a sip. Cheater.
You.
Let's see here. It's Detroit, Michigan, Atwater Brewing Company. Hell yeah. Born in Detroit, raised everywhere. Check that shit out. You guys got to try this dirty blonde? I'm going to do it right now. Yeah, it kind of tastes like an Oberon. It's slightly different. I can dig it. It could taste better with an orange peel in it, probably. I'm going to drink some more.
Making sacrifices for your podcast, Brian. Not drinking
because you don't. Yeah,
straw.
You're not drinking through a straw. Why did you do that? Why did you start drinking through a straw? Was that a faster intake or?
A few reasons. I think I started. I've been doing this for about 12 years now. Honestly, I think I started in like 2009. I
remember you put paper towels in regular bottles, stick a straw in that motherfucker, and walk around. Yeah, but, very odd sight.
I did it with the cans at first, but then it's mainly because I just stopped. I hated just taking swigs and I just get super gassy.
Just lifting your arms made you gassy?
No, but like just the air intake that comes
with
drinking,
okay, I see what you're saying.
Drinking without the straw.
And so you did it to relieve gas?
A little bit.
Fucking genius. I don't know too many people who does that.
I get a little bit drunker.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And at this point, it's just a habit.
The delivery intake would be quicker.
At this point.
Yeah. Well, it's still fucking odd.
I still get people that have been drinking around for years. I ask, oh my God, you drink beer with a straw? I'm much like, pay attention.
Did you see you could turn the thing around on a can and pop that open, stick a straw on that?
Yep.
You've already done that?
Yeah.
I feel like it would cut your plastic straw. But I guess
metal ones now.
Plastic straws are illegal now, right? I can't stand a paper straw. It gets too wet. I got to carry a metal straw too. Wife got a bunch of them. Technicolor bullshit. Love it. All right. This is all dead air. Let's go. We'll cut this in editing.
making Tony work.
Yeah, gonna make Tony earn that non-paycheck he receives. Right on. All right, well,
he's not smiling.
No, he's not fucking happy about that one. What I wanted to bring up and get you back in here just to dust the wheels off the old show here and help my hosting skills. I wanted to see if you remember, or you've obviously heard about it, MGK calling out fucking Slipknot. I wanted to see what your take was on it because we both grew up with Slipknot, and I never thought anybody would,
Why would you do that?
Yeah, why would you do that? There's a guy that hits a fucking keg with a baseball bat. Obviously, he's got practice. I wouldn't be fucking around with that. But do you think it's him getting, recognition more towards his, he's got a new band? It's kind of sounds like old English punk just drowned it out by poppiness.
I personally think it's just another reach.
After calling out Eminem,
yeah,
more notoriety, more clout. I mean, there's got to be a better way than calling out fucking legends and getting roasted. I mean, how many times can you switch a genre after getting your ass kicked? Yeah. I mean, you play the same shows as these Slipknot fans, and dude, that's like calling out juggalos on stage and then go to the gathering to play a show. It's fucking ridiculous.
How'd you do that?
Yeah. Do you think that's just them getting clout, though? Like the way Jake Paul does it. He calls out professional athletes. Like, do you think that's the same thing?
Professional.
He fought Mayweather, didn't he? Or was that his brother? Didn't one of them fight Mayweather? Yeah, one of them fought Mayweather.
That was the first professional.
That's fucking ridiculous. The balls. How dare you? That's like you going to talk shit against Mike Tyson and think you're not going to get fucking smashed.
True. Even
though the Woodley fight was insane. Like if there wasn't a judgment card and you could just have at him, I wouldn't want to see that shit, man. Everybody hates the kid. I think he's entertaining. He cracks me the fuck up.
Hilarious.
Like, go talk that shit to Mike Tyson. I want to see that fight. Everybody wants to see him just get knocked the fuck out. You see, Woodley got his name, I Love Jake, tattooed on his middle finger. I was like, damn, that's a warrior right there. I want to fight you so bad. I'm going to mark my body for life.
Speaking of finger tattoos, how's yours?
Oh, my tattoo is rough. I had to hold that. So I got this tattoo when I was very young and dumb and drunk.
19, 20?
Yeah, dude. And fucking, I had my boy
You
hold.
get it. You did it.
Yeah. Well, I received it. You know,
He did it on himself.
with a very,
That's why
very
it's on his
amateur
left.
artist myself.
That's why it's on his left hand.
Right. I had to have Sean and Jeremy hold it down while I did it because my hand was
you were alone,
fucking
sir.
shaking. No, Jeremy held this bitch down at the last E because my shit, that's why the E's faded off because my shit was going like this.
Might have felt like that to you, but I watched you do that by yourself.
The whole thing? I don't
You were
recall.
sitting in the trailer just...
That was my leg.
That was your leg.
That was my leg. Yeah, I tattooed my leg and that was
What
awful.
did you do on your leg? I forgot all about that.
I saw I saw a horrible UFC shirt that said "Here for you to hate." And I was all
That's
like,
what it was.
Oh, I'm 17 years old. I don't give a shit about what anybody says. I'm gonna tattoo my leg.
And you hated doing it.
And I hated doing it, and I hate it now. I still hate it to this day. I just can't get rid of it because it reminds me of the ignorant shit you do when you're 17.
I got done. Well, not really.
I tattooed your wrists.
I kept it simple.
Yeah, for sure.
Everyone else
Letters. Yeah, everybody want to. Well, I want a yin yang symbol, part red, part blue. I'm like, circles. Let's do it. Give me that arm. Ripped Sean apart. Yeah. Ripped Sean apart. It was awful. All right. What's a famous beef that you can remember outside the Pac and Biggie?
Well, my favorite one most recently, well, it's not really recent, but in recent times is Soulja Boy versus everybody.
Yeah?
Yeah. Hilarious. It's funniest shit in the world. What draws you to that beef the most? Because the things he's saying, some of the things he's saying he's not lying about, but just some of the other shit, he's just like, wow, Jesus Christ. Like Soldier Games.
Oh, right. You're about to hit some technical difficulty on this bitch. I don't think you were supposed to do that at all. Oh, really? Back to it. We're going to have a lot of editing on this episode, Jesus Christ. He's like, nope. All this dead air. Need another beer?
Yeah.
I mean, this is the brush off the dust episode, if you will, of season 2. Maybe this is like a pre-episode, if you will. Let's just hope all the rest. Is this the right one?
No.
I don't even know my own shit.
We should include that part, but only.
Only that part? I don't even know my own shit in the episode. No worries. I'm going to have another one too because mine's empty and I'm rambling the fuck on. I don't know if putting all this shit was on my phone was a good idea. I might need to write this shit on paper from now on like I used to. Motherfucker. What a great episode.
Dead air. No.
So, what's everybody's beef with Soulja Boy?
I just think, I personally feel like they just feel like he hasn't done much, so they just feel like just go back in the corner.
He kind of started
He did.
a genre, if you will, like a subcategory in rap.
Trash rap.
Garbage rap. The hokey pokies of rap, without Soulja Boy, would you
not
have
trying so much rap.
the chicken noodle soup dance, what I'm saying? Like, would you, have all those great ones? Would Lean With It, Rock With It come out without Soulja Boy?
I think it did before.
You think it did?
I think it did beforehand.
You're probably right.
I'm pretty sure Lean With It was like 2004.
Yeah, you're right. What about Nick Cannon calling out? Do you think that's different from
Who did he call out?
Eminem? Called out Eminem. You don't remember that?
No.
Yeah.
How important that was.
Yeah, right. He called out Eminem, made a song, and then he retaliated, and then he got the whole Wildin' Out team
I remember that.
to roast him. It was quick, but I remember him talking to T.I. about it, and when he put it out there, like, oh, he was talking about my wife, and Dude, since fucking the first album, Eminem's been talking about
Talk
Mariah
about your
Carey.
wife before y'all were married.
Right, 100%.
It's a little different. Right. He hasn't said shit about her since.
Do you think the line of being a professional and a professional artist and being an amateur artist, like, do you think that line is blurred? Because, I mean, we've all started somewhere, garage band style. But I feel like this time, maybe it's because of all the platforms you have availability to, you can get jump shooted into the limelight quicker than it would be when we would have started off.
Yeah.
Do you think that line of professionalism and amateur is blurred now?
Yeah, I think it's so blurred that there's not really like what makes you professional.
What makes
days.
you made it? I guess that's all perspective too, though. Like
Right.
your idea of making it isn't my idea of making it.
Right.
You know.
Like what's the distinctive between professional and non-professional artists? these
Right,
days?
right. Dave Chappelle said it was like he was talking to his dad one time, and he put it as his dad said, everybody wants to do this and everybody wants to make it, but sometimes you won't make it. And Dave replied, as a young kid, it depends on what you mean. If I can make a living on doing what I love to do and have a salary like yours, shit, I made it.
Yep.
And I think that's true. If I can make the same money that I do working at the hospital, doing this show or stand up, that's what I do.
You can live off what you're happy with doing.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the idea of making it for most of us. Some people want richness, big houses, limelight. I don't think I can do that shit. I really don't.
No.
I really don't. I couldn't be.
I'm talking enough for that.
Yeah, right. I have to be drunk every time I go to the Met Gala. Did you see all that crazy shit? People dressed up in all those outfits. Be the only dude at the Met Gala with a t-shirt. Yeah, jeans, maybe a hoodie.
All
depending.
Pictures though.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Look at this motherfucker wearing that Goodfellow they got from Target. Like, what about? Do you think as a musician we all have personalities, but do you think sometimes a musician's personality outshines their actual art? You know what I mean? Like, not everybody is gonna like your music, obviously, but sometimes your music is nothing I like, but I like who you are, so I just pay attention to you. Do you think the personality takes over the art sometimes?
Yes and no. Mostly yes, but where was I going with this shit? You kind of have to have both these days.
True. You got to have a persona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't just be an artist anymore. You got to be. You pretty much got to have not necessarily like gimmick, but something that gets people attracted to you.
Do you think that's brought on by social media?
Yes.
And just like,
definitely, for sure.
I feel like everybody, when you were famous, it was said,
You didn't have to engage back then.
That's true. That's true. You have to engage
now.
now. People who have so much access to you got to engage, or you got to hire somebody to engage for you. I think back when you first started out, when everybody started out, before the internet got as hype as it did, because I don't think anybody saw that coming.
No.
Maybe some scientist was like, "This is going to ruin the world." But I think that
Crazy white hair. This is gonna ruin the world.
yeah, when you were a celebrity, it was okay to get in your shit. It was okay to get in your business. But now the line of like celebrity and I don't know what you would say, normal citizen is totally blurred. So like you got to be on your P's and Q's, just being the dude working at, 7-Eleven. Don't tell a dirty joke or you're going to get fucking called out. Don't get pissed off that everybody's got a fucking camera now. So now everybody kind of gets that celebrity taste. So I think that's another line that draws that amateur and professionalism. Now, dude, you could be a celebrity being a Karen.
Yep.
People will be making money off that shit. One freak out video, and you can make bank. Where was that career on Career Day? Just lose your shit at a grocery store and you get fucking bank? Fuck out of here.
Damn near every thing we were told we were never going to make money on is making bank now.
That's video games? Homeboy, what, $6.5 million playing Fortnite or some shit like that? Get the fuck out of here.
Get off that computer. You're not going to make any money. You can't make any money sitting on the internet all day.
Where was that game? Where was that when I was wasted 6 months playing Skyrim? Like, why couldn't, like, I leveled up so much armor and learned so many spells and got so many attributes. I should at least got $100. Like, at least $100. Can I get my money back from the game I spent on it? I mean, bruh. They definitely wouldn't want that at career day. All you have to do is play video games 24/7. We'll give you a job. Fuck out of here. That's awesomeness, though.
Every kid would walk out.
There's
I don't need to be here.
There's that line where I'm like, I'm jealous and I'm mad at you because I'm jealous, but I don't hate you. I'm just mad at myself that I didn't think of it first. So going to like MGK, he switched his whole style up. Like, came out
I don't know where he's gonna go
unlaced. Now. What's he got left? But do you think there is a reason why most artists don't like being labeled in a specific genre? Because I remember when I started.
At this point, it's like a pigeonhole.
Yeah, right. You hold yourself to a certain style of music, right? Do you think that's for everybody though, or do you think that's people just trying to remain unique? Like, I feel like that people want to stay unique, so they don't want to be touched to any label.
I feel like it's being labeled in a genre limits your freedom of creativity.
Like, do you think people feel like they have to stick to that genre then?
Yes.
I see. Because when we first started this out, the first couple episodes of Innerbrews, I was bringing up genre a lot. And, like, I had artists, like, people I was close with telling me, stop bringing up genre. Don't talk about it because, pretty much what you said, it pigeonholed you in that certain degree. But I feel like as a person that, doesn't play music, if you're referencing a band, genre pops up a lot.
Right.
You know what I mean? Do you think that there's going to be, an okayness? Like, is there, or how about this? Do you feel like there is a genre that can die? Like, we all thought disco was dead, but we just saw it change into pop music, like in a big bad way.
I don't think a genre could die. It could just leave the mainstream.
Right. Like with techno,
it just leaves the mainstream even further. That's essentially what it means.
So it becomes outcast almost.
Yeah.
As a outscared, because we saw that kind of with techno too. Techno came out. Like, what was the last techno artist I know from back in the day? Moby, and then come back into EDM music, house party, all this, dubstep, all this shit, and shit that took over, like in a big bad way. You go to a concert nowadays, and they better have a DJ that has something of that. Do you think that happens to a lot of genres?
It does. They near every, honestly. But my personally only downside to when a genre becomes like mainstream, it gets commercialized.
Right.
It gets dumbed down and like
poppy.
Yeah,
it gets poppy.
No matter what, it just gets
pop.
It will eventually become the same thing.
Do you think pop music's the most like mainstream?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Because Disney. I blame Disney.
Easy listening.
Yeah.
It's the easiest to push out.
You never would listen to a bluegrass album, but you like listen to Mumford & Sons, like, 'cause there's some bluegrass here. There's a fucking fiddle.
It's from I started listening to this podcast a few weeks ago. It's called the POD cast, like the P.O.
Like the band?
No, well, sort of, but it's spelled like the band, but it's called the POD cast, but cast with a K, like corn.
Okay,
and they just talk about new metal band albums.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I gotta look that up.
So good.
Yeah,
so good.
Check that shit out.
And they talk about corn a lot. And one thing Jonathan Davis said, he's like, labels just don't care about rock music anymore, so they just don't push it. So it's just like labels only care about what's making them money.
That's true. It's the bottom line is the bottom dollar, obviously. Yeah. And I think that's kind of going away too. You see a lot more people doing their own thing. Like, yes. I know that. I mean, not to bring up Dave Chappelle again, but in the pandemic, he made his own shows at his own place. Yep. Charged his own money, all that shit. I don't, know like all the details, but that's what I took from it. I thought that was interesting. Andrew Schultz as a comedian. He went around and did all his own thing. He did his own podcast to stay alive during COVID, which was, I think that's what we're seeing a lot of is people are going to do their own. We're going to see more people opening up their own studios.
Oh, for sure.
And their own production companies and shit.
You're like, oh, wait, I don't have to leave my house to do
Yeah, right. I don't need this fucker dipping in my money. Like, what the hell? What's up with the middleman?
Yep.
All that shit. Do you think as an artist, you have a responsibility to, like, state political points or stand up for activists, certain activism? I don't know. The word escapes me, but you know what I mean? Like social justice.
Responsibility? No. I mean, yeah, no, you don't have a responsibility to do anything that doesn't pertain to you, honestly. But you can stay neutral. But I just don't think staying quiet is acceptable.
Right.
Really.
Like if something happened that affected everybody, you think as an artist they should say something about it, to maybe mention it?
Yeah.
Especially like if you're going to concerts or throwing shows in the city that happened, might be good to mention something.
Right.
But do you think political views or religious views have to belong in your music? Like,
No, not at all.
Like if someone's a Christian, you don't have to make Christian
divide
music.
the crowd fast.
Right. You're unopened. Like I remember Michael Jordan didn't endorse a certain, I think it was a mayor or a governor, and people acted a certain way towards him.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Not endorsing them. That's different.
Yeah.
But like being outright political or religious, that's you don't want to step in that field.
Right. I mean, sometimes I'm thrown off if I might belong to the same group as you in whatever religious or political field, and you like openly say your stuff in music and you bring it up too much, I'm put off, even if we agree. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Share the same views. I don't hear that shit all the time. Motherfucker, I listen to you because, you sing Black Hole Sun, so.
This last week when we saw Slipknot at DT, Corey Taylor, I can't remember his exact words, but he blamed both sides of the political race. And everyone was like, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. I think we can all agree with that. What about, we played music together, and you have a board that you made or something, right?
Yeah.
You want to grab that real quick and show everybody on camera what we made?
At work. So recently at work, I just got added to like the CNC machining team. So I get to do a lot of cool shit in my downtime, which I don't have a lot of. But I made this.
Well, my advice to you, Ipsy metal board, dude. That is sick.
It's in the style of those record plaques.
Yeah, right. I dig it, dude. That thing is sick. Yeah, that shit just all kinds of sickness. And you had the T-Sore one too, didn't you? You had the Sleeper Reason one. Fuck yeah. That's so sick, dude. So what did you use? It was like a woodcutter or some shit?
We have a giant CNC wood cutting machine at my job, and I just sat on my computer and just did a lot of work on that.
How long did it take you?
A couple hours, maybe. I was just sitting there just because I didn't have anything to do at work that day, luckily. So I just kind of got paid to do that.
So we usually end these with the questionnaire, but you've already done the 3 questions before. So I was thinking we'd tell like a my advice to you story.
Yep.
Like something like I remember we went out, it was like Stony Creek Road. Remember that?
Yep.
It was one of the roughest shows we've ever fucking played.
What was it? I can't remember. The band name escapes me, but it was at Julian Hayes' house.
Yeah, and it was in his basement,
Yep.
right? It's right off this big ass country road that's long throughout Ypsilanti and what was that Sumter area out
Yep.
there?
South
And we pulled in, and the house looked small when we pulled in, so I was already fucking skeptical. And then we had some dude pointing us to like park in the very back of this big field, and I thought we were playing outside when we pulled up. But all the band shows up, we get all our gear, we go downstairs, and this thing, the ceiling was super fucking low.
Yeah, it was real low.
Everything was concrete, big metal beam.
Good vibes, though.
It was good vibes. Everybody was having a good time. I know that we got really drunk. I threw up on
We made a new song that night.
We did? We did, and we also followed up against a metal act that did In Sync. Didn't they do In Sync?
They did. Oh
I was dying. I was like, that's not bad. I don't mind that. And then we played our set. I remember getting drunk and throwing up on our drummer's car. That was a great show though, but it was just if you were a walker upon that, it looked a mess.
Yeah.
Everything looked wrecked. Everything was broken down. Had a good time though. We had a blast. There was a lot of shows like that.
That was a fun night. That was a real good night.
Any of the shows that were like thrown together half-assedly were some of my favorite shows.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, I remember
the ones at the venues that were annoying.
Yeah, the venue shows. House shows were wrong. Any show that was done at a house was fantastic. Congress House, Halloween night, or Devil's Night, dressed as
Good until
Pac-Man.
the end.
Oh, when the fucking
Cops busted us.
Cop busted us. Was that the night when the porch had collapsed?
I don't think that was the same night.
No, that wasn't the same night, was it? Yeah,
It was?
Like a confirmation from the owner.
I'm a homeowner.
Yeah, dude. Fucking porch collapsed at the very end of the night. There was a dude dressed as an old man mask and a flasher's jacket on, and had a dildo taped to his pants, and he was walking around as a flasher. And the cops picked him up out of the bushes when they came. They picked him up, took him immediately to the hospital. They were like, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with this guy. Can't get his mask off. Like,
Tony's dressed as a ringleader.
yeah. The circus.
Comes up on the mic. So sad. So everyone's got to go.
We all gotta leave.
I was like, wait, what? What do you? We just started playing. And I was like, well, fuck this. I just unplugged my shit and left.
We played one cover song, I think. Yep, that was.
We were
the time.
halfway through.
A Day to Remember.
Half Faith in Me.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. That was rough.
Went back to your house and got violently high.
Violently high. I saw unicorns that night. That was insane. We had good times. Right on. Well, dude, I'm glad we got to do this. I know it's been a shit show of a show, but this is the way you brush off dust. I'm telling you right now. 2 beers deep of this amazing dirty
Good
blonde.
stuff.
Oh my god, this has got to be Atwater's version of an Oberon, because I'm an Oberon super lover. So this is definitely something I would pair with any meal. This is very delicious. So thank you guys for putting up with this one. I hope you guys come back to see the new episodes. Season 2 is going to be a lot funner. More guests. Funner, is that a word?
No.
Funner's not a word? More fun.
There you go.
See you guys. Easy, baby.
Peace.
That's hilarious. That was a shit show.
I had fun.
I had fun.